Hi guys, this is Maria from Den of Imagination, and today we are gonna be painting the Soul Drinkers. As you know, we did a poll on our Patreon site, and we took some suggestions from our Patreons, from our Discord channel, and there were several really cool suggestions. Then we created a poll on our Patreon, and then Soul Drinkers won. The Soul Drinkers, you may recognize, this is a renegade chapter. They are space marines that they are like have this mutation that they clearly there is some influence by chaos, but they like believe that they are loyalists to the emperor. So this is a really cool story. It is a whole series of books. So today we will be painting the Soul Drinkers. Okay, so this is our space marine. He is lacking a backpack and a head, and he is right now painted beautiful purple. I used the Nagaret Knight, then I sprayed him with I used airbrush for that. I sprayed him using royal purple, but I thought there is a little too less of a contrast, so I added a white zenithal highlight, and I highlighted some areas like boots, like knees and stuff like that. I wanted to add extra color and extra highlight too, and then I used Magus purple contrast. It's translucent, so it creates this nice pretty gradient. So yeah, let's start painting. Firstly, we will be applying our silver, and then we will be applying the black on the joints and black on the weapon. On the joints I will be and on the weapon I will be using regular matte black. So stick around and let's see how this beauty will look when I finish. So we put the silver down. I was using gunmetal from the army painter, and there's one note I want to say that because the silver is like underneath on the weapon, the silver plates are underneath the elements are underneath the black elements. I painted with the silver first, because then I can go over the line, and this will be cleaned in the next step. Right now I will be putting down the leather elements that are the leathers he's strapped to his weapon and his leather belt, and the gold elements. And for the leather elements I will be using Rhinox hide, and for the gold, the good old Retributor armor. So let's go. Okay, so I put the basic colors on the most of the model, and I also have a head. And you know, as I said earlier, the Soul Drinkers are a renegade chapter that is influenced by chaos, and they had some mutations, so I sculpted him this little horn, and so you know, he will be looking a little bit different than your regular Space Marine. And I will be painting his face with Cadian flesh tone. And this is important. This is especially important if you are working on this element that has lots of details on them, not to lose the sculpture. So we will be using 2 thin coats or 3 thin coats, and you know, the important stuff is to just thin your paint. This is like the basic. And after I will be done applying the base color on his head, I will be washing the elements with the washes. It's for the silver parts and the leather parts I will be using known oil, and for the face and for the golden parts I will be using Reikland Flesh Shade. And the important thing about washing is, like, if you apply the washes wrong, you can create some smudges. So I don't want that. So I will be putting excess amount of wash on the elements, and then I will clean my brush, and then I will just, you know, take out the product, so it wouldn't be too much and it wouldn't create smudges. Another important thing is you have to shake your washes really well, because if they are not shaken well, they can in the recesses create some residue, like white residue, or it can shine, and we don't want that. So thin your paints and really shake your washes. So let's go. Okay, so we finished with the washing. We have to wait a little bit more for the head to dry, and I will add another layer because we are painting really light color on a really dark surface. But it's always better to use several thin layers, and after it will dry, I will be washing it. But for now I will be black lining with ink in black. So this is the fun part. And I will see you in a moment. So, we finished black lining. I want to sell you this cool tip for when you paint something that needs extra precision. When I'm painting like black lining or lining, I put my little pinky on this hand, or like the whole hand. It gives me a extra stabilization, and it's really helpful tip to just, you know, rest one hand on the other. It really helps. And right now I will be adding extra definition to my golden elements by washing them in the recesses with the Dunbull brown. I will water down this paint really thin, and I will add them to the shadows where I want them to be extra dark. So let's go. And I will do the same with the silvers with the black paint. Now we can let go. Hello, it's me again. So we did this extra definition, and now I will be highlighting. And for the silvers, I will be using this cute paint. It's Silver Air. It's really nice because it's super light. And for the golden parts, I will be mixing this silver with Retributor. It will be really light, it will have a cool consistency, so if you don't want to spend a lot of cash on buying a lot of golden paints, you can always just create your own mix. It's a good idea. So, let's go. So we finished highlighting the metallics, and right now I will highlight the face. I will be using again Cadmium. I will be using here he is, Kislev Flesh. And I will be using at the final highlights basic skin tone. And this is some important things about glazing. When you are glazing, you have to remember to always move the brush in the right direction, because when you're using this thinned down paint, of course you have to use really thin paint, the most opaqueness will be in the place that you end the movement. So when you're painting, here will be the place that is more opaque, here is the place that will be less opaque. So we always have to take that under consideration when we are like the glazing phase. And another important stuff, the natural highlight, when it's like from the top, it will make this area light, this area light, and this area light. The jaw, the sides of the jaw, and the places underneath the cheekbone will be darker. So you can create this really cool natural look by applying the highlights in the right place. Because if you highlight like everything here on the sides of his face, it wouldn't look natural, and I personally like that natural look. And I won't highlight this horn because I will glaze it in the different color later. So let's go. So I am happy with how the face looks. It's nice, cool gradient I achieved. So I painted also the eyes and this thing black. So right now I will be highlighting the edges of the armor, and I will be using the mixture of these two. Gene Stealer purple and violet red. And I will later build up this highlight so it will be different in different areas. So our model will be more defined. So let us go. So right now I finished with the first color of the highlight, and now for the second color it will be only Gene Stealer purple. So let's go. So I put the second highlight on the armor, and right now I will be highlighting the black elements, and I don't like them gray because the silver is gray, so I will highlight them with a Thunderhawk blue and then with the Varnishing gray. So I finished highlighting the black elements and now the brown ones with Carter brown and Ben Blade brown. Let's go. So we finished with the highlights on the leather elements. Right now I will be painting the horn. I will be glazing it blue using the blues that we earlier used, so the Varnishing Grey and Thunderhawk Blue. And I will be building up the opaqueness and the shadows upwards. So, let's go. So, we finished with glazing our horn, and right now I'm going to paint the scroll on his weapon, and then I will, on his left pauldron, I will do a freehand, but I will share more details about freehanding later. So right now the scroll, and next we will be freehanding. Let's go. So, we can start to sketch on his left pauldron the chalice that is the symbol of soul drinkers. I will be doing it using Rhinox hide, and then I will proceed freehanding, and I will show you the colors on screen. So, let's go. So we finished the freehand. It's always good to do a little sketch where you with a dark color or a color similar to the one you have on the armor. I am pretty happy with how it turned out. So all is left is some assembling, because this guy needs his head, the backpack and basing and decals. So we will see the finished product in 1 second. So I am back with the model. It was based. There's some nice decal indicated that the guy is from close support, and now we will be doing the last touches. I also want to tell you about the base. It was custom made for this model because I wanted to have this OSL effect, and this is one of our bases that you can get on our shop. Check this out. Okay, so it's really nice, and now the thing I am going to do is add another layer of highlight on the model with blue violet, because I want this extra highlight effect. And then I will be adding highlights here on the areas that are like hit by our source of light. So I will be doing this. And next we'll do some battle damages. So stick around. So we are done with highlighting the edges that was hit by a light in our OSL, and now I will be doing some battle damages, and in order to do that I will use black ink, and I will paint some like lines, and I will highlight it with the blue violet to give this an optical illusion. Let's go. So we are done. I also did a little thing off camera, sorry not to show you, but I created a line so this horn would be more defined. Okay, right now we will be using pigment, this one, on his legs, so it will be like he's dirty from the road. Okay, the pigment we use like this. I will be using the dry pigment. So I will dab my brush in the pigment, remove the excess, and now let's do the magic. Okay, let's go. So the model is finished. I'm going to set this pigment here with a matte varnish, and I will also put a matte varnish on rest of the model. And I am really happy because this was a really fun experience, and we encourage you to join our Patreon to have the deciding vote on which topic we cover next. I encourage you to write suggestions down in comments. comments, so we can maybe use that. We are open for that. And yeah, it was fun. So it was also fun because I learned a lot about the soul drinkers, which is a really interesting chapter. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and see you soon.